Morning. Anyone joining me today? Anybody? It's Valerie. Good morning, Valerie. And it's Sue from London. And it's Claire. Good morning. Good morning, lovely peeps. Oh, and it's my lovely Claire Dalton. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Frida. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning, Chica. And it's Jane. Hello all. Hi, Kath. How you doing? How's Ireland? Hey, Katie. Oh, this is nice. It's so nice when people pop up and go, hello, 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 hello. There you all are. So I'm inside today. It's actually stopped raining, but gosh, didn't it pour it down? Oh, morning, Susie. Pour it down last night. So it's a bit damp anyway and a bit chilly. So I have come inside for our practice today. Excuse me, I've got a tickly cough. I think I just inhaled some mosquitoes or something in my sleep last night. I can feel it. Hi Jan, I'm doing a massage this afternoon, so that won't be fun, will it? Yeah, it's nice, Katie, isn't it, that we've got our yoga to come to. Morning, Brenda, my love. This is so nice. So, today, good morning, Claire. Hi, Alexandra. Hey, Tanya. Of course, Tanya joins us on a Thursday morning. Morning, Judith. Yeah, this is nice. All right, okay. So today we are going to be really focusing on the legs. Really focusing on the legs. A lot of the time, well, you know, quite a lot of time, obviously not all the time, but morning, Fiona, when people suffer with lower back pain, it often isn't to do with the back, it is more often to do with posture, and that comes from the legs. Oh, Thursdays, yeah. Morning, Sylvia. So what do I mean by your back pain comes from your legs? So your hamstrings go right up into your bum. When your hamstrings are tight, it pulls your pelvis down, and this happens. Yeah, so often when people sit down and they sit like this, it's because their hamstrings are pulling their pelvis under. So it's really taking your back out of alignment. And the other way as well, when your quads are tight, these big muscles in the front of the legs, your quads attach up here at the hips and they can pull your hips forward. So what happens? This happens. I'm exaggerating movements here just so you can see. But you see this deep lumbar curve? So often what's going on in the legs really affects what's happening in the posture and the discomfort that we can often feel in the back. So it's really important to keep our legs, the muscles in our legs nice and open. So everything we do today is going to be through there. Our morning, Paul. Right, I've got a few on today. Is this because it's raining today, so everyone thought, oh, I'm not going to go outside, I'll do some yoga. Mind you, that's only in Spain. No, a lot of you are in the UK. So, yeah, then excuse me, got a bit of a cough, a little tickle, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, so. Right, okay. We are going to start standing. And I guess the first part of this is going to be a little bit like our Friday flow, because we're going to use our sun salutations and we're going to move through our sun sals into some postures to open up the legs. All right, Fiona. Yeah, well, we've had lovely weather here, so you can have a bit of sunny and blue. Isn't it funny when it's nice in Spain, the weather's rubbish in the UK, and when it's nice in the UK, it's not so good in Spain. A bit funny, isn't it? So, we're going to start in our flow. So you're going to be facing, you can face any way at the moment, but probably facing the short end of your mat, top of your mat. Just a little flow, just to start to move everything up and connect with the breath. So I'm going to bring hands together, thumbs to heart, shoulders back and down. Big deep breath in. And just take a moment to find your grounding. So just feel the base of the feet into the floors, lifting up through the pelvic floor, up through the body. And exhale completely. And inhale down, out and up. Exhaling to the floor. So soften those knees, push the bum away, bring the hands down towards the floor. Halfway up on your inhale, shoulders back towards the hips, lengthen the spine. Hands can stay on the shins. Exhale all the way over. And inhale all the way up, pulling your belly. Reach the top. Exhale back to the heart. Inhaling down, out and up. Exhale to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up, pelvic floor up, belly in, reach the top. Exhale back to the heart. Inhaling, down, out and up. Exhaling to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up. Exhaling back to the heart. Two more, just like this. Feel the breath, feel the connection. Halfway up, you might feel some tightness in the hamstrings, in the back. Inhaling, belly up. Exhaling, hands down. Last one, inhaling, down, out and up, big circle. Exhale to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back, feel the length of the spine. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up, palms to the sky. Exhaling back to the heart. Okay, just checking on some messages. Okay, let us step right to the top of your mat. There's plenty of space behind. We're going to move into our sun salutations, or Surya Namaskara. So, traditional 2 rounds. Inhaling here. Exhaling completely. Inhale, soft knees, lift the heart to the sky, reach those arms overhead. Exhale, fold from your hips down to the floor. And step back, right leg to the back of the mat. Knee comes down, lengthen through the spine. Let those hips drop down and forward. And left leg to step back into your plank. Shoulders over wrists, belly is up. Heels away, knees to the floor. Lift the bum, squeeze the elbows in towards the body. Lower that chest down between the hands and chin to the floor. Inhaling, cobra, shoulders back, toenails down onto the floor. Downward dog, exhale, tuck the toes, lift the bum. First downward dog, so let's just hold it here for a few breaths. Feel the connection of the hands into the floor. Up the arms, triceps turning down towards the floor. Hips are high, abdominals active, ribs are in. Right leg stepping to the top of the mat. Left knee to the floor. Notice how it feels this side. And left foot stepping forward. Nose to toes, fold deep. You might have lost my head, that doesn't matter. Inhale, push through those feet, lift the belly all the way to the top. Exhale, hands down to the sides. Inhale. Exhale, a little bit quicker. Inhale to the top. Exhale, fold forward, soft knees. Left leg stepping back, knee down, spine is long. Right leg to step back to plank. Belly is up. Knees, chest and chin to the floor, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, cobra, shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg step into the top of the mat. Right knee to the floor. And right foot stepping forward. Trying to keep chest, belly to thighs. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the heart all the way to the top. Exhale, hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Lift into the sky. And fold into the floor. Right foot stepping back. Knees down, spine is long. Exhale, left foot to step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Downward dog, exhale. Right foot stepping forward. Left knee down. Left foot stepping forward. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, push through the feet, lift to the sky. Exhale, hands to the sides. One more, just like this. Exhale. Inhale to the top. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg stepping back. Knees down, spine is long. And right leg to step back to our plank. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Toes on the floor. Pubic bone down. Downward dog. Exhale. Left foot to step forward. And right foot to step forward. Inhaling all the way to the top. Exhaling, hands down. Okay, we're going to start to add some little changes in there now to start to stretch out the hamstrings. Inhaling. Exhale. Reach into the sky, lift the heart, little back bend. Folding forward, hands to floor. Right leg step back, knees down, spine is long. Okay, here's our little change. I'm going to start to move these hips over that back knee. Don't want to drop the hips to the heel, keeping the hips high, straighten that front leg, and those front toes come off the floor. So if I move my arm out the way, you can see toes are lifting, coming back towards the shin, stretching up through that hamstring. I'm going to push down into this right knee. It's going to lift those hips a bit higher. Folding forward. This is my natural way I want to go, like this. See that spine shape? That's how I feel I want to lie, but it's not a good position. So I'm lifting the heart forward, I'm lengthening through the spine. Few breaths. Bring that foot back to the floor. Hands down to the floor. Step it back into plank. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot stepping forward, all the way between the hands, left knee to the floor. And we're going to do the same on this side. So those hips travel back, keep them high, lift those front toes off the floor. So toes are coming towards the shin, push through the heel, push down into that left knee, lift that right hip, and lengthen that spine. So not interested in trying to get your head to your knee, trying to think more belly to thigh, rib cage to thigh, lengthen. Bring that foot back down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the knees, step it forward and fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling, hands down. Inhale, palms together. Exhale. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, fold deep. Left leg stepping back. Knees down. Spine is long. And travel those hips back. Lift those front toes. Stretch to the hamstring. I'm really feeling this from the calf because the toes are pulling back. So right down behind the ankle, the Achilles, the calf, up into the hamstring, all the way up into the bum. So make sure you've got that good length. Take the foot back to the floor. Left hand stays down on the floor. Going to take a twist. Right arm lift to the sky. So you're twisting towards that bent leg. Reach to the ceiling. How about itchy mouth? Reach, reach, reach. Hand back to the floor. And step back with the right leg into plank. Knees down. Chest and chin to the floor. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg stepping forward. Right knee to the floor. And lengthen. Here we go, stretch it back. So hips move up and back. Lift those front toes. Belly, ribs, chest to thighs. Lengthen through that spine. Again, feel this nice stretch all the way up the back of that leg. If you're really feeling this, if your hamstrings like, you know you need to do more. My hamstrings are really tight today. Toes down to the floor. Right hand comes down. We're going to lift that left hand all the way up. Little twist. So you're twisting towards your bent knee, your left knee. And bring the left hand back down to the floor. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it forward. And inhale all the way up to the top. Exhaling. Down. So we're going to do exactly that with one little change to stretch out these quads a little bit more. Inhaling, hands together. Exhaling. Inhale, feel that length through the sides of the body. Fold forward from the hips. Right foot stepping back. Knees down. Spine is long. Hips travel over knee. Lift that front toe. Stretch through that hamstring. So I'm really high on my fingertips here. If I take my hands to the floor, this tends to happen. So I'm coming high on the fingertips so I can really get that length in the spine. Bring that left foot down to the floor. Right hand just on the inside of that left foot. And twisting to the left. Okay, here's our change. Taking this little twist. Now, we're going to reach this arm back. Bend that right knee and see if you can take hold of the outside of that right foot, your little toe side of the foot. If you can't reach the foot, just trying to get that foot off the floor towards the bum is going to be good enough. You're going to feel a super stretch. So you don't want to be on the top of your kneecap here. That is going to hurt. You're trying to get above the kneecap, that fleshy part of the thigh. So anywhere you are, you can just take this twist here and lift the foot off the floor towards the bum, or we can reach back and try and pull that foot in towards the bum. Feel that big stretch in the quads. Are you crying now? Release the foot, bring the hand down, and step it back into plank. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra, squeeze those elbows in. Downward dog, tuck the toes, lift the bum. Okay, same this side, right leg stepping forward, left knee to the floor. Stretching out those hamstrings, hips are back. Straighten that right leg, toes up to the sky. Hopefully you're finding a little bit more open now. Maybe you're finding you're getting your leg a bit straighter, you're coming a little bit closer to the thigh. Or maybe not. Take the foot to the floor. Let's take our twist, left hand down, right hand up to the sky. Get that nice twist. So this left knee, you're making sure it's as far away as possible so you're not on the top of that kneecap. Bend in that left foot. Maybe we can reach back and take hold and pull towards the bum. Or you might be here. You might just be trying to get that foot off the floor. You might not quite reach it. That's okay. You might need some padding under your knees. Feel that stretch in the quads. Wah! Release that leg. Take the hand down. Come back to center. Tuck the toes. Lift the knee. We're going to take a little step forward with that left leg. Little step in. Drop that left heel onto the floor. And then straighten that right leg. So what's happened, your hips are probably twisted, so I want you to lift that right hip. You can hook your thumb in that right hip joint. Lift it up and back. Imagine someone is pulling that hip back. So you're trying to straighten up those hips. You might be hold of the shin here. You might be able to take fingertips to the floor. You might be able to bring the palms to the floor. But lift that right hip, drop your left hip, trying to level them up. Feel that stretch. The hamstrings. So the whole time stretching the hamstrings are also lengthening the back. Bend that right knee slightly, step the left foot forward. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, inhale, reach the sky. Fold forward. Left leg stepping back, knee to the floor. Lengthen the spine. And take those hips back, straighten that right leg, lift the right toes. Lengthen through that hamstring. Oh. Hope you've been breathing throughout, like nice, long, smooth breaths. Take this foot back to the floor. Right hand down. Left hand lift. Get that little twist first, so you're twisting from your waist. Hooking this thigh in towards the chest, so you don't want to let it go out to the side here. Hook it in. And then back foot lifts up. Maybe we can reach back and take hold. Or you're here. Okay. You might need padding under that knee. Yeah, I'm feeling it, that tiles, like if you're in Spain and you're on tiles, it can be quite hard on the knees sometimes. Release that leg. Step it back to plank. Knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Downward dog. Remember to activate the belly. Don't let those ribs dump down to the floor. Left leg stepping forward. This is the last time. Right knee to the floor. Take those hips back. Lift those front toes. Stretch through the hamstring. And foot to the floor. Take your twist. So right hand is down. Left arm lifts up. Few breaths. And then bend in that right knee. Reach back. See if you can take hold of that foot. Let the hips drop down. So you're not tempted to lift your bum back towards your heel. You want those hips to drop down and forward. You're trying to bring your heel to your bum, not your bum to your heel. Release that leg. Hands to the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, little step in. So you can get that back heel down on the floor. Then straighten that front leg and level up those hips. So your left hip is pulling back and up. Drop that right hip. Again, you might be hands on the shin, the ankle, the floor. Few breaths. stepping to the left. I'm going to step back a little bit, so more in the centre now. Little space between the feet, so big toes almost touching, space between the heels. Bend those knees, drop the hips if you're sitting on a chair. Keep the hips low, lift the chest, arms reach out in front. Squeeze the thighs. Again, what happens here, bum comes up, ribs come down. So activate those abdominals, draw your lower ribs in, let your tailbone drop. Arms reach out. Few breaths. Your weight is mainly in your heels. Okay, but do keep those toes on the floor, don't let them come up. So you've still got weight in the front of the feet, the balls of the feet, but you feel it mainly down in your heels. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Take hold of the elbows, lift the bum, let the belly, ribs and chest come onto the thighs. Release the head and neck. Just going to hang here. Release the hands, come up halfway. And just take those feet a little bit wider. Take hold of the big toes, so index finger, middle finger between the big toe and the second toe. Little thumb hooks on top. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the bum. Exhale, bend the elbows, belly, ribs, chest to thighs. Release the neck, release the head. A few breaths. Nice and long. Next inhale, lift the head and chest halfway. Take the hands to the floor, shoulder distance apart. Walk those feet back into your plank, so shoulders over wrists. Belly is up. Then bend your knees, don't let them touch the floor, they're just hovering off the floor. Bring your hips high, start to push back, belly towards the thighs. Ears between the upper arms, and then start to drop your heels down towards the floor. Doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor, feel that stretch all the way down into the calves. Come back into our plank, so lift the heels, shoulders over wrists. Squeeze those elbows in towards the body and start to bend those elbows all the way down to the floor. Wow, we made it! Yay, well done. Haven't quite finished yet though. So, whenever I come onto my belly, I always take a minute to realign and lengthen the spine. So I let my hips sink heavy into the floor, and I crawl my rib cage away, reach those toes back, so there's really lots of space in the spine. So we are going to be up on the elbows, we're going to cross that left arm in front of the chest, bend the right knee, reach back, see if you can take hold of that right foot or the right ankle and start pulling it in towards the bum. So you don't want to, I'm a bit twisted here because I'm looking, I don't know why I'm looking at the screen, like I'm talking to you, so I'm looking at you. Can't see you, well I can pretend, can't I? But your shoulders should be parallel, your shoulders are facing forward, your belly button is down towards the floor, your pubic bone is down towards the floor. We're trying to bring that foot in towards the heel. Now if this is too much up on your elbow, bring your chest all the way down to the floor, because then we take out the back bend. It makes it a little bit easier. Chest is down onto the floor, you might be able to reach that foot a little bit better. If this is really accessible to you here, come up higher, heart is forward, chest is high. and then release that foot. I'm going to take it the other side. So left knee bends, foot towards the bum. We're going to reach back with that left hand and see if we can take that foot in towards the bum anymore. Again, if it's too much, come down onto the chest. Or if you're finding it quite good, finding it quite accessible, then make sure your shoulders are forward, we're not twisting. Few breaths. I think you've all done really well. How did you feel with that? Feel a big stretch in the hamstrings and the quads? Release that leg. Okay, gonna stretch out the whole of the front of the body, thighs, abdomen. So that means both knees bend. You know what's coming. Reach back with those hands, see if you can take hold of the feet. If you can reach the feet, see if you can take hold of the ankles. So flex those feet, push the heels up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to push your feet or your ankles into your hands. This is going to start to lift your chest and ribs off the floor. And then you're going to push your feet up towards the sky. So we've got our back bend, we've got stretching quads, we've got big open in the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders. On your exhale, come down to the floor. Okay, if this was too much, what you can do is Shalabhasana or locust pose, so you can release those legs and lift legs and chest. Yeah? Or keep the elbows on the floor and just try and lift those thighs off the floor. Push the feet, heels to the sky, lift the thighs off the floor. Work on this action. You're going to be working your glutes, hamstrings, contracting, not stretching, and your quads are stretching. Okay, we're going to do one more time. If we're here, take hold, feet into the hands, feet to the sky. Few breaths. Make sure your neck doesn't feel all crunched up. Okay, when we take our shoulders back, sometimes they come high. So make sure you can move your neck around. Few breaths here. And bring those knees back to the floor, hands to the floor. Come onto your knees. And child's pose. So drop the hips towards the heels. Your knees can be together or they can take them a little bit wider. Belly down between the thighs or on top of the thighs. And your arms, either you can stretch them forward or if you want to give the shoulders a little rest, bring those hands back towards the feet. Let's take a few breaths, let everything calm down a little bit. Notice if you're breathing a little bit fast. Let's connect again with the breath, with the movement of the body. Now lift the head, lift the chest. Bring those legs in front. And we've done the fronts, we've done the backs. Let's do the insides with a Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring soles of the feet together. And then turn your feet so the soles are turning up towards the ceiling. See how far they open. This action here just gives a bigger reaction to hips. It just lets the hips open a little bit more. Lengthen the spine. So again, if you're really tight through your hip flexors and hamstrings, you're going to be sitting like this and you're going to be losing your belly button. Yeah, so this is not what we want. So if that's the case, make sure you sit on a block or a cushion or a blanket just to give your hips a little bit more height and to be able to lengthen a little bit better. And then that is where you're going to stay. Okay, so if you're struggling to just sit upright, then you're going to stay right here and you're going to concentrate on lengthening the spine, lifting the chest, letting those shoulders drop down and back. This is going to be enough. If you're already here, You're a little bit more open. You're going to start to fold forward. So bending those elbows, and we're thinking, don't lose your belly button. We're not folding from the waist, you're folding from the hips. So your spine is pushing towards the floor, pushing towards the front of the body. Bending the elbows. And if your feet are really uncomfortable right now, just want you to know that so am I. So this floor is really hard on my feet, on the bony bits of my feet. Okay, just know that that's normal. So you could place something softer underneath the feet, a small towel. Or the teacher once told me they did a whole class with a tea cozy, using tea cozies for padding and things like that. So if you've got a tea cozy, now you know what to use it for. A few breaths. And on the inhale, lifting up head and chest. Bring those knees together. And then we're going to take a wide leg forward fold. So legs come out to the side. So your wide legs might be here. Again, if you're sat like this with a rounded back and you can just reach the floor, please lift up on a cushion. Okay, it's not going to help your posture if you're sitting like this. So lift up and lengthen. Doesn't matter how wide you can open your legs. If you can feel a stretch here, then that's wide enough. Toes are up, knees are up, spine is long. And the same here. So your hands might back. If you're really struggling to just sit upright, take your hands behind your hips, press down into the hands, lean back a little bit, and really lift your heart to the sky. And that is where you're going to stay. But if you can sit upright, if your spine is nice and long, if you're on the front of your sit bones here, the front of your body's still proud, then you can take the hands in front and you might be able to start to walk forward a little bit. But if you start to walk forward, don't lose your posture just to try and get deeper. Okay, your posture is first and foremost. Posture, alignment, breath. Getting to the floor is just somewhere along the end there. It's not urgent, it's not important. Posture, alignment, breath. Feel it, breathe it. Spine pressing towards the front of the body. Toes are to the sky. Shoulders are back. So we've done a lot of work for the hamstrings and quads today. So pop me a little message, a little comment after, not now because we're still practicing. Let me know how you found it. Were you a bit tighter than you expected? Was it easy? Walk those hands back. Take hold on the inside of the knees, lean back a little bit on the back of the sit bones, bring those knees together and come down, best bit, onto your back. Hug those knees into the chest, have a little rock side to side. And I can feel this on the back of my hips today. So I did something like a 30-minute practice the other day. A friend of mine is a yoga teacher and I was following one of her classes and it was all about glutes and hamstrings. And it was 30 minutes and yesterday I felt like I'd done 1,000 squats. My glutes were on fire yesterday and that was a 30-minute yoga practice. So lots of stretching stuff. And a lot of strength stuff as well. So people think that yoga is just about being stretching, bending, flexible, and it is so not. It's about creating strength and stability. And boy, could I feel it yesterday. So let's take these feet down to the floor and drop the knees to the right side. Always like to finish. If you haven't done, we've done a little twist in our class today, but I always kind of like to finish with a twist. Twist is so important for the health of the body. So again, Left shoulder stays down on the floor, and if your knees drop neatly to the floor and your left shoulder is down, you can take them higher towards that right shoulder. Okay. Arms can be out to the sides, palms are down, or you can take goalpost arms. Your head is looking straight up to the ceiling or over onto that left, towards the left hand, if it feels okay on the neck. Come back to centre and over to the left side. Few breaths. So I am starting to upload all of the videos that we've done for our lockdown. I'm starting to upload them all onto a YouTube channel. So whenever you want to access them, it says scrolling through Facebook and finding the right video that you want. Coming back to centre. If you want to take your Shavasana, take the legs down, arms down next to the sides. A few minutes. Or if you're going to finish with me right now, you can bend the knees, roll onto your right side, prop yourself to seated. Oh, dogs are outside now barking to come in. They found me. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I see there's a few more of you on today, so really appreciate that. Maybe the wet weather's brought you to me, so be grateful for the rain. Have a lovely day. Stay happy, stay healthy. I will see you tomorrow morning for a little Friday flow. I know we were kind of flowy today, but hey ho, we're going to do a nice flow tomorrow. And enjoy your day. Namaste. Everybody, don't forget your gratitudes to yourself, to your practice, to someone or something in your life you feel grateful for. Thank you, everybody.